All right, so then let's go through this track by track. I think that's a good conversation, but let's get to this album track by track. Currency, we all fans of him. Would you say? Well, let's review the album, and then I got another question. So Jets, I thought it was good. What you thought, Bryson?
Yeah, I thought it was so.
Okay, all right, all right. What
I
about
think
Essence
it was a.
Fest? Oh, go ahead,
I
go ahead.
don't think it was mixed right though. It sounded like the beat was too loud for Currency to for him to
Mm.
rap off of. Just that
See, I
one
like that
song
right
though.
away.
Yeah.
Okay, see, I was like, okay, we got a different vibe for currency
Mm-hmm.
today. That's why I appreciated it.
Yeah, I felt like the beats provided energy that's not normally on a Currency album. Like you said, it's usually more chill, type of thing. And these were upbeat, so I thought that was purposeful as well.
What you thought about
Mm.
Essence Fest?
So I usually don't listen to singles, but when I saw this single popped up in my thing like weeks ago, whenever it first came
Mm.
out, and of course I saw this name Essence Fest is from Currency, Jermaine Dupri. I was like, oh, I gotta click on it because it just
Mhm.
the name caught my attention.
Exactly.
Obviously, we from New Orleans, so Essence Fest that's where it happens. So I click on it, and I thought at first when I first listened to it, I was like, man, this is like a basic just bounce song.
Mhm.
And I just felt like it's something that's been done before, and I
Oh
was
nah,
like,
man.
I was like, I'm not excited for the Jermaine Dupri Currency album if this is what it's gonna sound like.
This
I
beat
wasn't.
has already been worked before though. It was
Come on, man. This is so New Orleans, man.
Yeah,
What
it
are y'all
is.
talking
no, it's
about?
fire. But this song, literally, this beat has already been used. It was a popular TikTok beat already. So it's already worked. I was like, oh, I
Oh,
can't
I don't
believe
know
they
nothing
grabbed
about
it
that. So
again.
it was on TikTok.
Yeah.
The same exact beat.
Well,
I mean, to
not
me,
the it
So
listen,
you
was
know
the
how
exact
bounce
beat.
music is, right?
bounce
It'd be
music is
like
all the
Yeah, I
same. It's all
know.
the
it's the
same
same.
beat.
No, but this one
Yes.
was the for the LSU when they were winning the championship. This was the Get the Gat song. Like this is the exact same beat they were all dancing off of, like
I don't know
after
what to get
every
the gas
dance,
song
after
is, so I
every
gotta listen to
game.
this.
Maybe
Yeah,
I don't know.
so
All bounce music
LSU, you talking about
sounds
the
the same
winning?
to me, so it could have been any other
Yes.
bounce song.
All
And
bounce music is very the beat is very
this
similar,
is
man. Let me
similar.
just
They changed a couple things to it, of course, but it's the beat has already worked. So I was like, of course it's gonna work again. But I mean, it's a cool song. I mean, I like the song, but
I was happy to hear it,
that's my
man.
only, yeah, that's my
I
only
like I
critique
like
against
currency
it.
on the bounce song.
I liked Currency on the bounce song. That's the thing. That's the novelty to me. I was like, okay, it's cool. It's Currency on the bounce song, but
Mhm.
which is funny to me. I mean, does he have other bounce songs? Because you think
I don't
from
know,
New
but if
Orleans,
you're
you
in
would
New
think
Orleans,
Mm,
exactly, they all
Man,
got bounce songs. So I was happy to hear it, man.
yeah.
this song
So
would definitely go on like the summer playlist for sure, though.
yeah,
This is
I
a
put
good
it.
cookout song for sure.
I liked it. I put it in my playlist, so it was cool. It's cool. My wife liked it a lot, and if she liked it, I liked it. So
That's what the bounce is
Yeah,
for.
yeah.
exactly.
What about
Um,
the next one? Never enough.
I liked it.
mm, it was cool to me. I watched the video. They had like a snippet for a video that they were doing with them standing on side of the bridge. Currency. It was like
I think it's out. I didn't see the video though, to be honest
I
with
didn't see the
it was
video.
it's not a music video though. It's not like Tiny Desk, but it's something like that, like one of those. I think it's
Mm,
called on the street performance or something like this. So they were
mm.
standing on side of the highway performing it. It was
you.
cool.
Nice.
Where
Okay.
in,
I don't
in
know.
where, in New Orleans or in
I
Atlanta? Or,
couldn't tell. Yeah,
okay,
I couldn't tell. They didn't show the city off. They were just standing on side the highway.
okay, all right.
Uh,
I like the song. I thought it was a good song. I thought it was 3 for 3. Off the lot. I like that one
Liked it.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. These are good songs, man.
2 Chains.
that one's all right to me.
And then the first skit was Screens Falling to me. That's the one I didn't
Oh,
like.
I love this beat. I don't
I
know.
liked it.
I love this beat.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the
Yeah.
best. I mean, besides Essence Fest, this is my favorite beat on the album. To me.
Okay. All right. See, maybe I gotta listen to it again. I wasn't feeling it when I heard it. And then Never Fall Off. I thought was a good
I
one. And
liked it.
Ti killed this.
Yep.
Yeah, I like this one
And Ti
for
been getting
sure. For sure.
a lot of hate. Just general, or not hate, but like he's been. I feel like
People try to
constantly
diminish his
underrated.
accomplishments.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly. Yeah. And
Hey man,
Ti
when
is
you
a
start
legend, man.
perpetuating your when you start perpetuating yourself as a corny dude, then hey, everything up for granted. That's the one thing the culture don't like. If you get corny, they will take your accomplishments away from you.
Yeah, I feel like he did the podcast media stuff, and it backfired on him in a way that like it did the opposite effect of Joe Budden. You know, like
Exactly. Yeah, it definitely diminished him
Look,
a
man,
lot.
this dude just focus on bread, man. And guess what? He get
yeah,
so. I assume that he made money off every one of them ventures that people don't like. I'm sure his reality show was making a grip. I'm sure all this other stuff was making a grip.
Maybe.
yeah.
If you 15 years in and you decide to make money off of reality shows and podcasts, I don't see that as like selling out. So hey, go ahead, get your money, Doug. You know,
No, I mean neither. Like I
Yeah.
said, and then every time he gets on tracks, because of all the so-called legends, I feel like I see Ti on a lot of the people I listen to. You know, like the more like we said, not superstar type people. He seems like he's willing to take the call from whoever hop on the track, and he kills the track.
he never been a slouch on the mic.
Yeah,
He never
Mhm.
been a slouch. You might have said a couple people got him, but he got some wins against some top rappers.
right.
I mean,
Mhm.
Ti is to be respected.
So, and then Fortune 500, I thought was okay.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
It was
Like
cool.
I said, I didn't dislike any of the songs I heard. I might not have liked them a ton, but
Yeah.
I liked them all. I you know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah,
liked all the songs on here. If I had to rate this out of 10 for a 7 song, none of these are like the highest highs ever, except for maybe S's
Mhm.
Best to me, but that's like an 8. I mean, it's like a 7 or 8. Like,
yeah.
I
I
got
was gonna say
nothing bad
8.
to say
I
about
got
this,
nothing
man.
bad to say. I was gonna say
Yeah.
8 too. This is an easy
Mhm.
listen, straight through. It was good.
I thought Jermaine Dupri did a great job with it. You know, I thought the vibe really matched. I was kind of wondering what it was going to sound like because I saw him do interviews, things like that. You know, before
Yeah. They pushing it hard
sound like it
for
go,
sure.
sound like they go work great together. So I'm anxious to see what else they got coming out. You know, he said they got more, so I'm gonna check it when they come out.
I'm a little bit opposite. I'm cool on it. I I mean, I would give it a 5 or a 6. Um, I guess I'll say a 6
Man,
because there's
5. So you saying it's mid?
and I'm gonna give it a 6 just because there's 2 songs on here that I know for sure that I'll listen to for a long time. Um, so that boosted above a 5 for me. But yeah, I don't need to hear any more Jermaine Dupri and Currency personally together.
Dang. So this is like the opposite take of the when we had the Larry June discussion. You were like, "That's
Yeah.
a 7," and we were like, "It's mid." Because,
Yeah,
but that's funny,
exactly.
you know. I think it's good. I mean, maybe it's maybe a 7 is fair. I think a 5 is harsh. Every song
I didn't hear nothing on it that
So I
was
said
like,
it's a 6. I said a
no, it's
6.
fine.
It got
I mean,
a 6.
ain't nothing to debate about, man.
All right.
You know.
So then, y'all want to jump right to the next album, that Mayhem Loren.
So you had another question about currency.
Oh yeah, Currency. When do you think he is the number one New Orleans rapper, or is he still like how? What does he have to do to surpass Wayne as the number one New Orleans rapper? I guess.
I think he already did personally.
Okay.
No,
He
I like his discography better than Wayne's, but I can't say you surpass somebody that has bigger accomplishments in hip hop.
Yeah, but
Do you
don't
mean
rep his
sales?
city
Like
as
you just
much
mean like?
as
You got to put something up, man. You got to put something up. You got to get some. I mean, you can't say to somebody that's got like 95 or whatever. I don't know how many hits Wayne got, but he has all these hits with these top artists. You got to put up a couple to be able to say at least you could to show that you can do it on that level before you can be surpassing those people. Look, I don't think hits. I'm not a big hits guy, obviously.
Yeah. So
I
who
don't-
you
I
think
don't
will win in
care.
the verses? Wayne or Currency?
Well,
Wayne.
who's the exactly, man? Who's the audience, bro? There's no. I don't
That's
think
not
there's any
why
way, shape, way, place that you
any
could go
audience. I don't
where
think
Wayne not
Currency
gonna
could
win.
get him.
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Wayne gonna get him in most situations, and that's what I'm saying. But
Mm.
then, like, see, this is the thing. Where the verses at? Who we talking about? Because if we talking about who's the
In
number
New
one in New
Orleans.
Orleans, and if you're in New Orleans and you're going by a versus standard, I think like Juvenile could win. I think BG could win. I think a bunch of people could win in that case.
Juvie beat Lil Wayne. You mean?
Beat anybody. Yeah.
Oh, beat anybody. Okay, all right. I mean, I did look. Juvenile is underrated. He's not talked about enough. I mean,
Well, that's what I'm saying. So Soldier Slim could win in New Orleans, dog. Like,
but no.
yo,
Not Slim. I'm sorry. Come on.
What
And
Currency
then the
said?
other thing about when you if you have battles with if it's specifically Hot Boy, if it's Juvie and Lil Wayne or something like, then they're gonna be on each other's tracks. So like if he plays,
All I know is you got 20 songs. You talking about some people gonna rep for certain people, man. So I don't know. I don't know how you gonna pick who's the greatest from New Orleans. On a national scale, it's got to be Wayne.
right.
But the way
But
I'm seeing it
Currency
is,
has a fan base now. Like when you go online now, today, hip hop heads know who Currency is.
Yes.
They all love, they all respect him.
Yes.
It's not like he's unknown and Wayne is the superstar. There's
I agree.
a lot of hip hop fans who don't who think Wayne's fallen off a long time ago and may
I
not
agree.
think his music aged well. We having this argument right now in the chat. People are like, "Oh, 50 way better than Wayne." So
mm,
I would love to hear what people have in the chat. What who they think is better, Currency or Wayne? Because I think a lot of people would say they think Currency is better.
Again,
nah,
man,
all right.
I don't think so.
Yeah, and Currency is best for New Orleans because he's still an ambassador of New Orleans. He shows up, he's cool with all the Pelicans players. Like he's more for the city. He's
Oh yeah, Wayne
more
never.
Oh,
reps
that's
the
true. Yeah,
Yeah,
city.
Wayne
Wayne
gonna.
yeah,
Yeah,
He a
like a
Green Bay
Packers fan or
Packers
something.
fan. Yeah, he
yeah,
all the Lavis stuff.
Yeah,
exactly.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
But and he'll still come around though. Like he was supporting the LSU team and stuff like that, like the women's this year. But yeah, I don't know. Currency always in the city. He's touchable. You can see him. He got a store in the city. Like he's just a more of a better presence for New Orleans than Wayne ever has been.
I agree with that as well. I mean, that doesn't mean that he had a better rap career right now than Wayne.
I don't think he has
I
a
find it
better
hard
rap
to say
career.
that, man.
He's a better New Orleans rapper, I would say. I don't know.
All right,
No,
we got
you
we
might
got
like it more, but you can't. Yeah, you can't put him over Wayne in that regard.
all right. We got Coop coming in. Let's see. All right, so we got Coop from According to Hip Hop joining the Haters Ball with us, and so we wanted to jump right in, man. We were talking about the Currency and Jermaine Dupri, and this is a cool a conversation because Currency's from New Orleans, Jermaine Dupri's from Atlanta. What you thought of the album, Coop?
Whenever talking all things Atlanta, I always like to throw out my dual citizenship. Born in Charlotte, raised in Atlanta, like literally born in Charlotte, spent about 10 months in Charlotte, back to Atlanta. My mom was in the Art Institute down in Atlanta when she got pregnant with me. Was in Atlanta till I was 13, then back up to South Carolina, North Carolina, Greensboro, then back to Atlanta at 19. But then back out for Cali in my mid-20s, but then back. So I'm from Charlotte, but spent just as much time in Atlanta and actually more raised in Atlanta.
No.
The JD, okay, so I like Currency. He has a big cult following. I feel like is
We
cult
part of
a
that
fair
cult.
word?
We part of that cult.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, so I'm gonna tell you something. I was chilling with one of my homies, D, and their name's Kadeja. They were like, a cult isn't always a bad thing. There's levels to cults.
Mm-hmm.
There's enjoy yourself, have fun, i.e., sports watching.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not the participant, because if you're a player, you fall into level number 2 of the cult, which is watch your back. You know what I'm saying? That would be the church. And when I mean the church, I mean all churches, not just my Christian church. Happy Resurrection Sunday to those that believe what I believe. I know it's Ramadan going on right now. My father and my brothers are Muslims, so they're practicing Ramadan right now. But the church level is like that cult where it's like, nah, watch your back, protect your neck around here. And then there's like David Koresh cult, and that's how we define cult typically, which is get the fuck out of town. It's like get out.
Yeah.
Get out or get the feds in. But not all cults are bad. Currency's cult following, I would classify it as get the fuck out of town. Like it's that high level cult following. And with that comes a style and a signature that I think over a course of time has started to hurt him.
Okay, that's interesting. Why do you think? Because we were just talking about how much music he puts out and how much we like it, or if he puts out too much music or anything. Why do you think it hurts him?
I don't know if I like the way that he works. So let's break down the first thing, which is that I love the fact that he works the way that he works. I mean, y'all know how I am. Y'all watch the show, so y'all see how much I be talking about practice and motherfuckers going to work and doing their job, and how I talk about people who have not gone to work for years at a time. So what I love about his work ethic is that he works consistently and steadily, but really does not overwork himself. Most of these projects, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 songs.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like he might give you 3 projects in a year. The 3 projects might be 21, 22, 23 songs, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think he's oversaturating himself. I do think he's so inundated into the cult following and keeping you all satisfied. I would consider myself to be partially part of that cult too, because I've been following him for a minute and a fan for a minute. Like, I've been a fan since his videos started making MTV jams, like Sleeper of the Week type shit. You know what I'm saying? So I've been following. I just haven't been as a big of a fan as I feel like I was, as some people were earlier than I was about him. But I do feel like he needed some fresh sounds. I felt like he needed some knock. I felt like he needed some bounce. I felt like he just got it. I'm fascinated about talking to y'all about it now, because it's somebody who, A, is from Atlanta, B, loves Jermaine Dupri, C, loves his sound, 3, lauds and applauds him. Oh, it might be a little biased. I'm sitting here in a fucking Hawks hoodie. You know what I'm saying? And so I've been kind of questioning myself about what I heard from the album, because quite frankly, next to Jay Ski's album, I think it's the best album I've heard this year so far.
Okay.
Wow.
We didn't even go that high with it.
Yeah. I mean, we just because it's 7 songs, we said we like every. Okay, so we just finished.
That's my biggest critique of it, is that it happened so fast. I'm like, damn, I could have got 2 more out of that. But outside of that, I really don't have any critique.
Well, they said that they're gonna they're coming out with more. So this is just one of maybe a series.
I can't tell y'all too much, because according to hip hop, still has to do a show cover. but I will tell you that it's like, I wasn't privy to the fact, because I came from one of my notes, like in my notes for the show, is that like, man, I hope these niggas do this again.
Yeah,
that was in my notes. Like, that's in my notes. It's like, man, I hope they do this again. I hope this ain't a one-off.
Yeah.
And then I thought about it, and you can kind of respect this too. Well, half of y'all live here now because of Katrina. So it's like, it's about time. Yeah, I said it. Somebody need to say it. Everybody running around acting like it ain't the truth.
No, that's the truth. That's the truth. So this is one of the conversations
So
we're talking about.
It's about time a New Orleans, like Atlanta type of collab project happened. Because I mean, if you really look at modern day Atlanta, there's a New Orleans influence and component to it because of Katrina. Like, it's a fact.
Yeah, for sure. So I agree with you. It's crazy that this hasn't happened sooner. But I also thought it was interesting, like, because of all the people Currency's worked with, this is the first time he has like a bounce song on his album, and that Essence Fest song, and it's from somebody from Atlanta. You would think that he would have gotten with more, maybe another New Orleans producer sooner and done this type of thing. But that's one of our favorite songs on there. Obviously, it's just a bounce song, and we I like every song on it. But I skipped the screens is the one I don't like. That's the only one I like.
Hook. I like that hook.
Yeah, we that's what I'm saying. Me and Bryson like that one.
That hook game tough on there. I don't know.
The screens beat was amazing.
So that's just me. I could be crazy. That's the only one I didn't like, but every other song I like. And so I gave it an 8 because it's just so few songs, but they were,
I can't tell you how I'm rating it yet, but my biggest critique is that it's too short. Thus far, I've listened to it 4 times. My biggest critique is that it's too short.
Yeah.
Now that's funny because my brother was just saying he don't like it that much compared to other Currency stuff.
That's okay. So can we speak to that?
Yeah, Bryce, because you usually like the smoking stuff.
Yeah, right. I like the chill Currency.
You like the chill wavy black surf boy. Right.
Exactly. Chill in the car, listen to music. Yeah.
Right. Like he loved that Larry June.
Okay, I mean you can love both. I fuck with the Larry a little bit. It's not too slow for me. I like that melodic shit. I do because
Yeah.
it's like everything don't have to be boom 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 boom. You know what I mean? No,
Yeah.
like there's different ways to murder. The mic. But what I would tell you is that as much as you may like that currency, what is that currency doing for him lately? To quote Janet Jackson, like what is being that version of currency really done for him lately?
I
Well,
think he happy
What
in
you
his
mean?
lane though.
Yeah.
I know he's happy in his lane and he's probably accepted his lane, but if you have the opportunity to broaden your horizons, you tend to look at this podcast existing. I know for a fact that
Mhm.
2 or 3 of you comment frequently on
yeah.
our show. Now
Mhm.
you have your own show. You're broadening your horizons. And by broadening your horizons, you're broadening your audience. And you're broadening your pull and your ability to do certain things. And so maybe he's tired of being the biggest fish in that get the fuck out of town cultish pond that he's in. You know what I mean? That's what I mean about
Yeah.
his cultish following. It's like it's probably apexed and apexed itself out. And he's probably like, oh, well, what can I do to, keep a good base of my followers happy, which would be somebody like me and 2 of the brothers, and also kind of offer some new sound because my biggest concern was that production wise, people were going to complain about Jermaine Dupri providing currency with this sound from the cult following.
I didn't know what to expect. So going into it, I was like, I don't know what we're gonna hear on this one. But it was, much better than I anticipated. So I had nothing
Now,
bad to say.
off the first listen, when I first heard the Essence Fest, I was like, oh no, I don't want this from Currency. But then once I listened to the album, I was like, oh, I like it. But
The Fall Off song, the first single, the weakest record to me.
oh, with Ti, I thought Ti killed that song.
Yeah.
I didn't say he didn't. I just said it's the weakest song in my opinion. You know what I
I
mean?
like that.
That's what I think of the album.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
It's just like the other stuff that's on the album. It's like, oh no. It's like I get y'all got to make that song, to make you move and to make your play. But it's like that's not the record on that album to me. It's like I like literally almost every song on that album more than that song.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I enjoy that record. It's not like it's not a dope record. It's just like the album's like that for me. I just didn't know how biased I was being.
Right. I don't think
Yeah.
you're being biased, man. I think the album's good. I think we all think it's good. So
Yep.
Yeah. I
well,
can't
I
give you
mean,
my rating yet, but we got to give out a rating. But I'm going to be giving it pretty high marks thus far. What did y'all think about Jermaine Dupri's production on there?
I thought the production was good. I thought it
Thought
was
it was
different
great.
energy than what we usually have with them. Yeah.
Me too. And
Usually
here's the
different.
thing about it. Hold on, which brother am I talking to? Not Old Baldy. What's the other brother? What's the youngest brother name?
Bryson.
Bryson. Let me
Person.
ask you something. You don't feel Currency's talk game was still kind of similar on there? Because I feel like this was kind of like he was talking his same talk, but he was kind of having like victory lap talk. And I don't mean Nipsey's album victory lap talk. I
Yeah.
mean, he was talking like I've already won in this lane. And he's kind of describing to you how he's won in this lane. And that's what I mean. It sounds like he's trying to create himself more of a new lane, get a couple new followers.
No, now that you said it that way, that makes sense to me. I could see that for sure.
And I like
Yeah.
the theme, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, going out there, for motivational use.
Yeah,
He's great at that.
motivational use.
That's something he kind of
Yeah.
does all the time. So I thought that's why it works so well.
That's an astute observation as well. But yeah, I really enjoyed the project. So no, I don't think any of y'all's sentiments about it are necessarily wrong, but I am concerned for people like Bryson that sometimes feel like it's like, oh, well, that ain't the currency that I love and I'm used to. And it's like, no, it's like, I dig that. We have this conversation about Nas all the time on the show with like that Illmatic shit, like with that fan base. It's like, oh, I want him to make that. It's like, well, then make it quadruple, quintuple platinum, or don't tell them not to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what we have to understand is that like he still has to be viable.
My thing with Currency, I don't think is an issue because he works so much. I think he'll do both. He could do both. Like it's not like
I
it's
think he can. I think the next
Yeah.
album. I mean, you know what? If they're working on another project, and this is just like Jermaine Dupri, the worker that I know, and Currency's work ethic that I see, they're going to take whatever the critiques are, good and bad, all in, and probably come back. So I would expect an album, probably, because I think we're all deciding this is a succinctly different sound than what we typically hear from him.
But he got at
So-
least 2 with everybody he worked with. It's like it ain't never just one album.
Right, you're right. Hold on, he got 2 with Alchemist.
He
Yeah.
got multiple Alchemist.
Yeah,
3.
multiple.
He got 3 with
Yeah.
Alchemist. You're right. Okay.
Mhm.
No, you're right. He usually does make a couple laps with the producers too. I would expect the next one to probably to have more middle ground, and I think the middle ground will be giving it more of a New Orleans bounce than an ATL bounce. So you still may not get your like smoke and chill shit, but you might get more classic Manny Fresh inspired bounce. You know, because one of the things
That'd be
that I
amazing.
heard.
Yep.
Well,
I love Manny
one of the
Fresh.
things-
Yeah, that's.
Of course y'all do. Fresh as y'all got. Well, here's what I'll tell you is that, and don't take this the wrong way because I don't mean it disrespectful. I think for some people, Fresh's sound is a little dated.